I never thought of myself as an artist. I am red-green colorblind. So as a small child, I would bring home pictures of brown grass and purple skies. And my parents realized I was either colorblind or mentally unstable. Maybe a little of both. Hi, welcome to Twisted Horn Forge. Come on in, I'll show you around. I was taking classes for structural welding. I thought, okay, this could be a career, I want to do this. But secretly envious of the artist class that was going on in the corner. And they were all having fun while we were welding in thick, heavy leathers, and it was triple-digit heat, sweating like crazy, and they're laughing and making all of these fun things. When I started making the artwork, the whole idea was to involve as many of the senses as possible and to involve all ages. I make things that make sound. You can hear them. If you look at my bells, there's a lot of texture on. You can feel them. I'm involving at least 3 of the senses. And then all ages, we have people that come in the gallery, and you'll see the kids. They'll come in and their hands are behind their back like this. And I know Mom and Dad have already said, don't you touch anything in here. And my whole thought is that if kids have been told that about art, how are they going to feel when they get to be adults about art and museums and the such? So I'll go up to Mom and Dad and say, hey, Mom and Dad, I have something they can touch if it's okay with you. And I'll take them over to my drums, which sound like steel drums, and let them go crazy on them. The parents can hear where their children are, and then they can take their time and relax a little bit and shop in the gallery. This is where most of the work gets done. You can see I have several grinders set up here so I don't have to constantly change from one cutting disc to a sanding disc. Here are a couple of the bells I'm working on right now. We are on Route 66 here, so that's a very popular theme. You can see many of my raw materials that have been cut and ready to make the next set of bells that I'm doing right here. Other pieces of scrap metal that I found, sanding discs. It's important to keep lots of materials because when I need it, it's too late if I don't have it already. We'll move this way, lots of clamps, other welders. This is a plasma cutting table, a CNC table. I recently did a copper rose workshop. That's what has been cut out of here. This is a gantry crane that I've used to move this table, which is 3,400 pounds. In here, when I built it, I built it inside the shop and didn't realize that I might want to get it out sometime, but it's too tall to get out so it's a permanent fixture. So one of the other things that is very popular that I make are these drums. The color that you see here is just for layout. You notice I scratched the size of the note in with a razor blade. And then I cut them. These ones have been cut. There are holes in them, but they haven't been cut clear through, so I can't make the note sound. So the next step is I take a jigsaw and cut them all the way through. There's 3 types of blacksmiths. Number 1, those who have been on fire. Number 2, those who will be on fire sometime in the future. And number 3, those who are currently on fire. And I have been on fire, so I fit number 1. But yes, it's hard work, it's sweaty, you get dirty, but fulfilling. I am creating things that will last way past my lifetime. First award I won was the very first piece that I did in the Recycled Art Show. I won the Elegance Award. They have several different awards, not first, second, or third. They do have Best in Show, which I did win the next year with a piece I call the Shoewaro. It's made from the mule shoes from the Grand Canyon pack mules. I shape it in the form of a saguaro cactus, and then I call it a Shoewaro because it's made with the shoe. The next award was Best in Show for Flagstaff It's Elemental Show for a piece called Resonance. There was a bell and a fountain all in one, had petroglyphs on the side. The first commission I got was for Mars Kaleidosphere. And that was a collaboration between myself, Mike Frankel, and John Rogers, who's a kaleidoscope artist. I brought the expertise for cutting into it because it was a 1930s round propane tank, 4 feet in diameter. And then John Rogers, who is a kaleidoscope artist, did the kaleidoscope inside it. And Mike Frankel, again, he got the images from the Hubble telescope. I was commissioned to create the Viola Awards, and I created a small bell that had a bee hanging, and you rang the bell by taking the bee out and hitting it. I had a woman come in the gallery here in Williams, and she said, well, I'd like a bell on a shepherd's hook, but could you put a raven on the top? And I'd never done a raven, but I said, yes, I can. People come in all the time and say, oh, I have no talent. And I say, you just haven't found your medium yet. Because for me, it happened very late in life, and it can happen for you too.